Jai Hind dosto, this is Ananya, your master teacher at Vedantu for Social Science. I hope you guys are taking very good care of yourself. Yes? So, guys, today I'm very excited because today I'm going to start with the subject history. And in this year, I'm going to teach you about the Indian freedom struggle. Class, this is something wherein we can relate with because this is the history of India. This is a struggle which we did to fight against Britishers, a very long struggle of more than 150 years. And let me tell you guys, once we complete this entire story, you will be very proud of our Indian freedom struggle. Let me tell you, and this is my guarantee, you will have a great time with me studying this subject. Okay. So guys, before I start with the actual story of Indian freedom struggle, like how it started, which were the different events which took place, like from the day it started from 1857 when the struggle started till 1947, okay, when we got independence, what all different events took place, everything we are going to discuss in detail. Okay, so the entire story part we are going to cover in the coming sessions. But in this session, my dear students, I'm going to give you a brief idea about the Indian national movement. Okay. So Indian national movement, in this particular video, I will give you a brief idea about what all events took place between 1857 till 1917. So roughly from 1857 till 1917, what all different events took place in India. All those events I'm going to give you a brief idea, and from the coming session, I'm going to explain each and every part in detail. All right. So I want you to pay attention till the end of the session because I want you to know which are the different things we are going to discuss in the coming sessions. All right. Guys, the very first unit in your textbook is about the Indian national movement, in which the very first topic we will be discussing is about the first war of independence. So, guys, the first war of independence was against Britishers in year 1857. I'm going to tell you all the reasons how this war started, which were the different reasons. I will tell you what are the different topics I'm going to deal in this particular session. Only I will tell you. All right. We'll be discussing about the growth of nationalism, the first phase of Indian national movement, as our Indian national movement is divided into two phases. So I will tell you about the first phase of Indian national movement, the second phase of Indian national movement. We will be understanding about how the Muslim League was formed. We'll be discussing what was Muslim League and how this political party was formed. Everything we are going to discuss. Okay. I will give you a brief idea about every topic we are going to discuss in this unit, that is the Indian national movement, which is between 1857 to 1917. So in the coming session, I'm going to tell you the stories between 1857 to 1917. All right. The very first topic which we will be discussing is about the first war of independence. Okay, that was in year 1857. So, what were the different causes of the first war of independence? We will be discussing the causes of the war of 1857. What was the immediate cause? Means there were many reasons. There was various reasons why the first war of independence started. Why this war took place against Britishers in year 1857. There were many reasons. We will be discussing all those reasons, and I will tell you one such reason because of which the war started. So there were various reasons. We'll be discussing those various reasons in the causes of the first war of independence, and I will tell you the main reason why this war started in 1857. Okay, and then how the uprising started. What is the meaning of uprising? When a group of people in a country start to fight against the ruling government, that is known as uprising. So how the people of India started this war against the Britishers. We'll be starting with this uprising. We'll be discussing this uprising. We'll be discussing all the main events which took place during this war of 1857. All the main events. What was the result of this war? Did we got independence? We don't know. So we will be discussing all these consequences, the result of this war of 1857, and some drawbacks. So in the very first topic of the first war of independence, I'm going to tell you the stories, even all these events I'm going to tell you in the coming sessions. It will be followed by the growth of nationalism. Okay, so after this war of independence, the next one will be the growth of nationalism. Okay, so guys, it's a story. So in the growth of nationalism, I will tell you the factors which led to the growth of nationalism. Okay, we'll be discussing the precursors of INC. What is INC, guys? Indian National Congress. That was the first ever political party which was established in India. I want you to tell me in the comment section in which year Indian National Congress was formed. Okay, so I'll be telling you the reasons what made Indians to form this political party, Indian National Congress. If you know, let me know in the comment section when INC was formed, in which year. All right. Then we will be discussing how this formation, we will be discussing the formation of Indian National Congress, how this political party formed, how they started taking their sessions, and the representatives of Indian National Congress were from different parts of India. They used to meet together, they used to discuss what can be done to overthrow the Britishers from India. So they used to make strategies during these sessions. Cool. We'll be discussing everything, guys. Let me tell you, it is going to be the most interesting part of your 10th standard. That is the Indian freedom struggle. And I'm guaranteeing you this part. Now, guys, next, it was followed by one more story. So, what was that story? I will tell you. First of all, I want you to listen to me very, very carefully. Guys, I know you know most of the things about Vedantu, but still, if there are any students who are watching my video for the very first time who are not aware about Vedantu, I would like you to listen to me very, very carefully just for 2 minutes. Plus, if I tell you, are you guys able to understand everything, whatever I'm teaching you, or whatever like the other teachers are teaching you? You will be like, yes, sir, we are able to understand everything. Still, I would tell you to join Vedantu. Now, why would you join Vedantu? Let me tell you the reasons. First of all, class, here we are giving you a promise. What is that promise? If there is no improvement, if you feel there has been no improvement, then your fees will be returned back to you. Yes, so the fees which you will pay to us for the long term batches, it will be paid back to you. It will be given back to you once again. That is a promise we are giving you. So before I tell you about the promise, let me tell you what features we have, why you should join Vedantu. First of all, here you will find unlimited live classes. So if you join Vedantu, you have an access to unlimited live classes. I'm not talking about recorded. You can attend unlimited live classes with all the high level quizzes. And do you know, when you attend these classes, when you attend these quizzes, you find your names on the leaderboard. Okay. Guys, at that particular time, the students which you see on the list, it is not necessary they are only from your place. They can be from different states of India. They can be from different countries altogether. Because in Vedantu, students are there throughout the world. So just look at the competition you have, right? Not only this, guys, you can also watch replays. Now, due to any reason, if you miss out the session, like due to some family functions or due to some poor connectivity, if you miss out the session, you can watch the replays, and not one time or twice, n number of times. If you want to watch replays for 30 times, 40 times, it's up to you. After next month also, if in the next month if you want to watch the replays, you can watch the replays, and those replays are going to be interactive. What are interactive replays? You can actually participate in the quizzes like the students will do in the live session. You, if you miss the session, you can participate in the quizzes. You can find your name in the leaderboard. Yes, so it is equivalent like a live session. Not only this, the problem of notes is also solved because when you join Vedantu, the handwritten notes of master teachers are given to you. So you can download all those notes. Yes, so the problem of notes is also solved. Kadam. Not only this, in class doubt solving. Are you guys able to ask me questions over here? No, it is very difficult or it is next to impossible to ask me questions over here. But over there, you guys can ask questions. Your doubts are solved during the sessions. Yes. Not only this, guys, you have an access to all the micro courses and crash courses which are going to be absolutely free for you. So the students who actually pay for these micro courses and crash courses, it will be free for you. Yes. So just imagine, guys, you are attending more and no more number of classes with lesser the price. And there are many more advantages of Vedantu, okay? But yes, you can go visit the website, guys. There is a link there in the description box. It is also pinned in the comment section. Make sure that you just click on the link which is given to you. If you click on the link, you will be redirected to a website. And if you want further discount, if you want a discount, you can apply my coupon code as ADPRO. Okay, if you don't want discount, no need to apply this code. All right. So guys, all our plans are available in 1 month also. So you can try these plans for 1 month. I personally always suggest the students to try it for a month, because once you try it for a month, you will get experienced. When you are experienced, when you come to know like how we function, what the quality which we deliver, then you can enroll to our long-term batches. Okay. So my personal suggestion would be at least try to like enroll to our 1 month subscription. Here you can, if you apply my coupon code, like if you look at 1 month, it is 3,100. If you apply my coupon code as AD Pro, the price will come down to 2,790. Yes, so nearly 10% discount. So go ahead and join our batches, guys. There are many different plans you can choose from. Like in Classic, you will get a doubts app. So basically, after the session, also your doubts are solved. And in Plus subscription, you will get a personal mentor who will be there with you throughout the year to solve all your academic related things, to help you with all the assignments. I would suggest you at least try it for a month. At least you can start from Pro Lite subscription just for 1 month. All right. Now, guess what I believe, that the fees you're paying to Vedantu is actually zero. Do you know why? Because here you will get unlimited access to micro courses. And when you get an access to micro courses which are unlimited, the price is actually zero. So you can attend n number of classes and no need to pay extra after that. So guys, what promise we are giving you? And this is something, guys, I want you to listen, because no online, no other offline, no other online institute will ever give you what promise we are giving you. If you feel that there has been no progress, we will return your fees back. We will return your complete fee back. Yes, this is the promise we give you. Okay, so if there is no progress, get your course fees back. No questions asked. It is as simple as that. Literally speaking, guys, you also know no one will give you such promise, but we are giving you this promise. Guys, but we are expecting some few commitments from you, like a mandatory of 75% attendance for the student and a minimum of 75% completion on the assigned test. If you are able to give us such commitment, we are promising you. Still, if you feel there has been no progress, like you have decided like uh, this much progress should happen, and if the progress doesn't happen, we will return your fees back without asking any question. This is the promise we are giving you. Yes. So guys, our batches are already started. You can see in which grade you are, and accordingly you can enroll to our batches. Okay? The link is there in the description box. Great. Now, guys, the next thing which we are going to discuss about is in this particular first unit about the Indian freedom struggle or the Indian national movement. I'm going to tell you about the first phase of Indian national movement. Okay, so Indian National Congress was formed. I gave you one homework question. Like, do let me know in the comment section when, in which year Indian National Congress was formed. Okay, so this is going to be your homework question for the day. Yes, after Indian National Congress formed, that was the very first political party which was formed. The first phase of Indian national movement started. What we will be discussing in this entire story is like we'll be understanding about the early nationalists. Now, who are referred as early nationalists? Basically, first of all, understand who is a nationalist. Nationalist is a person who fights for his nation to get independence. Simple as that. A person who fights for his region or for his country to gain independence. That person is known as a nationalist. Okay, like for example, early nationalist कौन थे? Uh, okay, I was about to write down the year of India formation of Indian National Movement, Indian National Congress, but I'm not going to write it down because this is going to be the homework. Okay, so guys, I will tell you who were early nationalists. Guys, early nationalists were those people when Indian National Congress was formed till 1917. Okay, so this is the homework. Okay, so who were referred as early nationalists? When our Indian National Congress was formed, so those leaders, initially those leaders who were working, who were fighting against the Britishers to get India independence, those nationalists are referred as early nationalists. For example, Surendranath Banerjee, he was an early nationalist. He was from the period of early nationalists, those initial leaders when Indian National Congress was formed. And these leaders were active from the formation of Indian National Congress till 1917. Okay, guys, to be very frank, these early nationalists were also known as moderates. Why they were referred as moderates? Yes, because they used to follow the rules and regulations of Britishers. They used to request the Britishers to fulfill their demands. They were not aggressive, basically, so they were moderates. Okay, and I want you to tell me the formation here. Okay, over here. Great. Next, we will be discussing in the first phase of Indian national movement is demand of the early nationalists. What these nationalists demanded from the Britishers, we will be discussing in this topic. I'll be telling you what was their method. As I already tell you, they used to request the Britishers. So we'll be discussing in detail how they used, what were their methods to request the Britishers. Okay, for their rights, for their demands. What all things were achieved by these nationalists? The criticism part. Many people criticized the way they were working. Why? Who? Everything we will be discussing in the coming sessions in the story. And what was the official attitude towards the Congress? Guys, initially Britishers had some different attitude towards Congress. Initially, let me tell you, they were supporting Congress. Later on, they went against Congress. So, what was the attitude of Britishers towards this political party? I will tell you later in this particular session, in the coming sessions. And I will be listing some of the important leaders from early nationalists. As I already told you about the Surendranath Banerjee, in a similar way, there were many nationalists. There were many prominent leaders. I'll be telling you in the coming sessions. So these are the topics which I'm going to tell you in the first phase of Indian national movement. In the second phase, let's see what are we going to discuss. Guys, I will be discussing about the partition of Bengal. Yes, Bengal was partitioned into West Bengal and East Bengal. Why? Who did this partition? What was the reason? Everything is going to be the suspense and will be discussed in the coming sessions. I'll be telling you the anti-partition movement when Bengal was partitioned. So Indians started a movement against this partition, which came to be known as anti-partition movement, which was started by Indians. Okay, the most guys, you will be depressed after listening to the story of Surat split of 1907. You will not believe, guys, Indian National Congress got split. The leaders of the Indian National Congress got split after 1907 session. Why? I know you are curious to know what happened in this session wherein the Indian National Congress, which was the very first political party which was formed to fight against Britishers, it was split in 1907. Why? We will be discussing in the coming sessions. Okay? I'll be telling you about the assertive nationalists, guys, who are referred as assertive nationalists. Basically, these were the nationalists had a total different ideology as compared to our previous these one early nationalists. Guys, early nationalists were moderate. On the other hand, assertive nationalists were extremist. They were extremist. Means simple as that, angry young men. Plus, understand this. Early nationalist moderates, assertive nationalist extremist, both were from the same political party but different ideology. Both wanted India to get independent, but the way they were working, the way they used to think was totally different. I hope you guys are understanding. So we will be discussing how these assertive nationalists or extremists were different from the early nationalists. Cool. And I will be telling you what was the reason behind there was a rise of assertive nationalism. There was a reason behind there was a rise of these people. Why these nationalists took the charge to get India independent? There were many reasons. I will tell you all the causes in the second phase of Indian national movement. And I know you guys are very, very excited to know all the stories, and I'm more excited to tell you all these stories. You are excited to know the stories. I'm excited to tell you all these stories. Okay. In the coming sessions, we will be discussing all these stories in detail. And we will be discussing in the very first unit about the main objective of the assertive nationalists. What was their main objective? We will be discussing that. What were their methods? How they used to deal with the Britishers? As I told you, they were angry young men. They were tagged as angry young men. So you can just imagine how they used to like deal with the Britishers for their demands. What all things were achieved, and I'll be telling you about some of the important leaders of assertive nationalists. Yes. Amazing, guys. I know you are excited. If you guys are excited, do let me know in the comment section, guys, if you are excited to know all these stories. Okay. Then, guys, the final thing in this unit, I'm going to teach you about the Muslim League. Guys, Muslim League was like All India Muslim League was formed in 1906. That was a political party which was formed by the Muslim community. So how this political party was formed, everything we'll be discussing. Like we'll be discussing about the growth of communalism. What is communalism? I will be telling you in the coming session. Okay. Okay. So let's do one thing. Let me tell you the meaning of communalism. Yes, communalism is a concept in which when a particular person from a religion starts believing that, like, let's take an example. I'm from a particular religion. I follow a religion. I follow my religion in such a way that I start disrespecting the other religion. Okay? I only support the people from my religion. I have a belief that people from my religion should be supported, and I will start disrespecting the people from the other religion. So that is communalism. Guys, communalism will always lead to disunity, and that is what happened, because of which a separate political party was formed. That is Muslim League. How these thoughts came into the picture, how these communalism thoughts came into the picture, how it impacted our Indian freedom struggle. Like you just imagine, yeah, people having a thought of like we are the most powerful, our religion is the best, and they start believing that we should not respect the other religion. So that is what is communalism, guys. And communalism always leads to distrust. And when there is no trust, there is no unity. We will be discussing about communalism in the coming sessions in detail. We will be discussing which are the factors leading to the formation of Muslim League, how this Muslim League was formed, events leading to the formation of Muslim League, how this Muslim League was formed, and what was their objectives. Everything we'll be discussing. But before that, you need to understand what was communalism. So, guys, all these things we'll be discussing in this particular unit. Then, what was the impact of all these things on our national movement? What do you think? Did it had a positive impact? Definitely no. I'm talking about communalism, which creates distrust, which creates lack of unity within the people living in the same country. If communalism leads to distrust, is it going to form unity? No. So it will negatively affect the society, and this is what happened. It affected our national movement in a negative way. Then what happened in Lucknow Pact? Everything we'll be discussing. What was the circumstances of leading this pact? Which were the different reasons why this Lucknow Pact was signed? What was the term of the pact? How long the pact was? And what was its significance, importance? So, Bacho, let me tell you one simple thing. The stories which are going to come up is going to be very, very interesting. As I told you, you will have a mixed feeling. Like at times you will be very emotional, you will be depressed, you will be very proud, and lots of mixed feelings are going to come up. But let me tell you guys, end of the day, you will be proud of our Indian freedom struggle, because when India got independence in 1947, it was like, guys, literally speaking, there might be few sessions wherein you will literally cry, and that is what is going to happen. So how we got freedom, guys, how what was the struggle, everything we are going to discuss in the coming sessions. And I'm really very excited to tell you all these stories in detail. And you can see, guys, Jinnah signing the Lucknow Pact. Who was Jinnah? Guys, you can say that Jinnah was the leader of the All India Muslim League, which was formed in 1906, and he was the person to form Pakistan. Yes. So all these things we are going to discuss in the coming sessions. I hope you guys are excited. If yes, do let me know in the comment section, guys, how much you guys are excited to know the story of Indian freedom struggle. So, Bacho, I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take very, very good care of self. Do not forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our channel if you have not done so. So, I'll see you guys in my next video. Till then, take very, very good care of yourself. Bye bye. Take care. Jai Hind.